Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is our sixth lab that is related to image pre-processing. Now, timeline of today's lab is first we will discuss about the image pre-processing, exploring the radiometric tab, then we will be performing histogram equalization, brightness inversion, and then we will get a basic introduction of radars, model maker, and then we will be finally concluding our lab. Now, the first step is to open the ADAS Imagen software and add some dataset. I will be adding the linear image. Now this image is displayed over here. Now if you go to the metadata tab, and view the histogram of this image, right? So in layer 1 or in layer 4 or in layer 5, 6 and 7, so on. So this histogram can be transformed, right? It can be made equalized, it can be divided into bins. What all this statement means, that this image can be enhanced more visually, right? If you go to the raster tab and go to the radiometric section, there is a tool called as histogram equalization. Now what this tool does, for example, if we have a linear and we save it as linear equalized and click OK. Now here it tells you how much division you want or how much bins you want. For example, we have selected 256 and just click OK. Now when this process will be completed, we will visually compare the histogram of original image with the histogram of histogram equalized applied image, right? And see that what is the difference between the two. Go to the recent section and click on equalized. Okay, here it is. Now here you can see that different features, they are a bit more clear, they have more clear boundaries than this image. And more important thing is to go to the metadata tab and visualize the histogram of linear equalized image, right? So here you can see that your data has been now divided into bins, right? This thing which you covered in theory, that your histogram, it can be divided into bins, so that is actually done by histogram equalization method, right? And the next tool is brightness inversion tool. That is another important tool. I go back to its metadata and show you the histogram right over here. Now if I want all this histogram to be shifted towards this higher values, right, or towards the lower values, I will performing brightness inversion, right? Just click on brightness inversion, specify your input and output, click on OK. Now hit specify the type. There are two tools, one is reverse and another one is inverse. Okay, let's apply this one reverse first. Okay, once this process has been completed, just add your layer now. Okay, here you see now your values are reversed, right? If you go to the metadata tab and see the histograms, all your values are shifted towards this end. Similarly, if you want to perform the inverse, all your values will be shifted towards the lower end. So this is a basic of image pre-processing and brightness inversion. Okay, now we can see that all the values are shifted towards this end. Let's visualize some other layers as well, and we can see that majority of our data is shifted towards the writer side. Now just go back to this linear image and perform brightness inversion, but in this select inverse method, and here brightness inverse, click OK, float double for more precision, and click OK. Now what is the importance of brightness inversion or reversion? That some features, they are very much clearly highlighted, right? So you can easily extract those features by performing digitization or by using some indices, etc. So this tool is useful in extracting features. Just see inverse, brightness inverse, what it does. Okay, here it is. It shows me something like this. So if you go to the metadata tab again and visualize the histogram, so all the values, they are now shifted towards the left hand, right? In some cases there are bins over here, but majority of the values you will see that they are shifted towards lower side. So these are two important tools which are used in ADAS Imagine for feature extraction and feature studying or feature visualization. You can see a clear difference between the original image and here some features are very much clearly highlighted in the inversion section, and similarly in the inverse function when we have used, some features are highlighted. This is a method to play with the digital number values and to alter these values. I hope basic processing is now clear. Similarly, there are some other tools: topographic normalization, rescaling, LUT stretch, which can be used. And this tool is important, that is you want to remove the lines stripping, right? Similarly, there are bad line removal tool which we will using in the next section, focal analysis tool. So these are some basic pre-processing tools. uh, in the next section of this lab, we will be performing another pre-processing tool that is called as focal analysis. Okay, I have added one more thing here. One is focal analysis tool, that is very important tool of ADAS Imagine and ADAS Model Maker. I will just give a basic overview of these two tools and how they are working. So if you have some lines on an image due to the malfunctioning of sensor, and this problem is more specific in Landsat ETM, where due to the sensor malfunctioning you get so much lines that the image becomes harder to further processing. So in order to remove these type of line, you have a tool, right? And that tool is focal analysis. In the raster section, in the special drop down, just click on the focal analysis tool. Now what this focal analysis does, it basically replaces your this line with the neighboring lines, right? You have to specify your input and output file first, and now specify the output float double, right? Now the next thing is important. Here you have the function mean. Now let's zoom to this line. Okay, what does this focal analysis tool will do, that it will replace this white pixel, this bad line, with the value above it and the value below it by using the mean of the two, right? Similarly, if you want to use the standard deviation, you want to use the sum, you want to use the difference, max, minimum, all of these options are available. So it will be using these values of the based on this window size. If you are using 3 by 3 window, it will take the neighboring elements displayed over here. Similarly, in 5 by 5 windows, number of cells for this computation will increase. Similarly, in 7 by 7, more cells will be included, right? So in this you have neighboring 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the basis of these 8 values, the central pixel will be assigned a new value. So you can use all values in computation here, where it is very important. If you just click on inquire and select this, right, so you will notice that it has a value of 255. So you have to use only the specified values. You have to apply this function at specified values, and that value in our case is 255, right? And 255 value will be replaced by the neighboring pixels based on this window size. So this is the working of the focal analysis. You have inputted your image, you have saved the output file. Okay, one thing I have missed is to use ignore the specified values. You should mention 255 over here as well. The reason why I am doing this is uh, these 255 will not be used in the computation, right? uh, these 255 values, right, they are error, so they will be ignored, and our function will only be applied at these values, right? By setting all these parameters, just click OK. Okay, once the process has been completed, browse to raster layer, click on recent and focal image, just click OK. Now you can see that all the lines, they are removed. So this is a method by which you can remove your bad lines using the focal analysis tool. This tool, let's have a revision of it. In the special section, we have this tool focal analysis. We have to specify the input, output, the window size, the function, and the computation and application of the values, and click OK. So this tool can be used to remove the lines and produce the good image for further processing, which was not possible due to these, right? I hope now focal analysis tool is clear. Now the next thing is to get a basic introduction of ADAS model maker, which will be discussed in the coming labs. Just we have to go to the toolbox section and click on this model maker. Now ADAS model maker, it allows you to define a model. A model, it basically is your task, and it allows you to perform repeated tasks again and again. You can make a model and just change the input and output, and that process will be run again and again, right? So I will show you an interface of model. The first thing is to go to the toolbox, just click on this model maker, and a model maker window will be opening. Okay, here I have opened the model maker window. Now here you can see different options, right, in the model maker. This is the cursor option. This option is the raster, place a raster object, right? Similarly, this is our matrix object, right? Similarly, you can place a function. What this model will do, we will see it in the next coming labs, but till here just get a basic familiarity of ADAS model maker, that it is used to ease the process by defining some input, some function, some output, which will be covered in the coming lab. Till here, just keep one thing in mind, that ADAS model maker is something that can be used, and that can be used to create model, that can be used for automating the process, that can be used for uh, some advanced processing, right? We will cover this ADAS model maker in detail in the coming labs. Till here, I think we have covered a basic of image pre-processing, histogram equalization, brightness inversion, and a focal analysis tool, right? And a glimpse of ADAS model maker, right? So that's all for today's lab, and we will be moving on by working on ADAS model maker in the next lab.